Yo, welcome back. I feel like death because I'm ill, I'm working outdoors, it's cold, and I want to be in bed. But that's the joys of being self-employed. So yeah, we're still here working away, and this is what we're on today. So we're back at this job. We've got a IP rated Commando socket with a isolation switch, a double socket. We've got some new storm gland style things, what they're called, shield glands, not storm glands, that's a different brand. And some armoured 2.5 free core to run from here all the way along that into the garage, into that new Verso board we installed. Got all the gear here, no idea, and I feel like dog poo, so let's get started. So this is what we're installing, and it is literally just to trickle charge the motorhome over there, like I said in the previous video. So obviously you've got your Commando socket. I'm just going to double check actually that is the right one before I install it with the customer. And then we've got an isolation switch, so obviously you can turn it on and off and unplug it nice and safe. And then we've got just a standard BG screw fix special. I think they're about, what are they, about 10 or something, outdoor socket. And that is for if they want to jet wash the top of the van or anything like that, they can plug in the jet wash, or just in general just plug something in out the front, like Christmas lights, anything like that. They've got it covered, and all this is going to be wired on its own 20 amp RCBO. Got some cleats, got some cable, so let's stop faffing. Let's move all these bits and bobs. It's going to go behind all the drain pipes, behind that bit of conduit all the way down there, and straight into the garage. So let's move all this stuff. All right, let's see what we've got moving in the garage. Oh, there's a lot of stuff. Forgot about all this. Please don't fall on the floor. Please don't fall on the floor. Oh, it's on wheels. What a bonus. Who installed that fuse board? That looks good. What a donut is me working here with no light. Let there be light. Now I've got to try and lift all of this. Oh. And they wonder why tradies always have bad backs. Right, let's move all that. Spoke to the customer, they're all happy with it. The Commando works mint, and it's quite good really. It's spring loaded, so it's always going to be down to keep that waterproof seal. And obviously you can only isolate it once the plug's in as a safety feature. And then the new style of these sockets have got the big paddles so they don't snap off in the winter. Spoke to the customer as well, they want that nice and in line with the edge of that. And then the double socket next to it like that. And it's going to be roughly about that much of a spacing, because I've got a 20mm metal bush and two little gland things, so I'm going to come straight out the middle of that, and then I'm going to drill a middle hole in there and then button them up nice and together, so they're bolted together and then all screwed to the wall. So that'll be a really nice finish, nice low level, out the way. Customer eventually is going to box all this in, or they're going to put a big plant in front of it so it's all hidden, and then it's going to be clipped nice and low level all the way down, all the way along here. It's about a 12-metre run of armoured, so it's not far, hence I'm just doing it in 2.5, and they're not drawing a lot. All the way down, all the way round, all the way up, straight into the bottom of my fuse board, and I'll make sure I do that 20mm knockout this time, not the 25. I don't know who's put all these tools in the way, but they definitely have, and it definitely might have been me. Let's move all these out of the way, and let's unravel this armoured and get it poked behind all the drain pipes and stuff, and let's drill through down there of where we need it going through. Before I do that, I'm just going to briefly talk about Unilite. So obviously we've always worked with them, and everyone has been using Nick's code, but now I've actually got my own code, so it's just Adam in capital letters, and you get 25% off pretty much everything. So like the knives, the lights, everything really. So if you are looking to get any Unilite products, and they are a channel sponsor, the link will be down below, and obviously upon checkout just use code Adam and you get 25% off. So that is mint. So if you want any Christmas presents, Unilites, that's what I did. Normally get my dad some Unilites and stuff like that. Use 25% off. So I've cut all the tape off, and I'm going to stand on the one end and start unraveling it all. So let's go, and then I normally just walk along it just to flatten it down a bit. Job's a good one. And now I can pull that back, drill through here. So I'm going to do this bit first. I've got the end, poke it behind all these gutters. I can't speak today. I literally just want to be in bed or sat at home eating hot soup, drinking loads of tea and eating loads of Marylands. Oh, that's how today's going. It's already coiled up. we go. That's better. So let's get this over here. And that's plenty. So now, what I'll do is, I'll make the end off and get it glanded into that socket, get the bushes glanded, and get it mounted on the wall. Oh, that's all right. The other lads have gone, so I can back my van right up. Working only there. Mint, working straight out of the back of my van. And I've still not got around to screwing the staff mounts down. I think I might have tomorrow off, to be fair, because I feel like absolute death. And I'm going to sort the van. Just need somewhere to put all my cable drums, really. This is what I'm thinking. So that will be the spacer in between. And then we join them together with these little bushes and lock rings. So that'll be a nice secure fitting, and I'm hoping that will be perfectly in between the two. Oh, look at that. So that is going to be mint. What I'll have to do is I'll have to put them on something flat and make sure they don't stick out the same amount as such. So like, make sure they're both screwed back exactly the same, because you don't want it twisting on the wall. So I've drilled all the holes. I just need to do the drain hole in the bottom corner. I've done all the holes in this one and the drain hole. What I'm going to do is there's this offcut of wood line round, just to make sure I get it 100% correct. I'm going to screw that down, and then obviously screw that one down, and then drill straight through, making sure I get it perfect. There is that little support there, but it doesn't really seem to do much in my eyes. I'm just going to double check on the actual fitting itself, but I think that's just a bit of strength support. But when I've put my lock ring in there, that'll probably do more good than that, because it's actually metal rather than plastic. This is what we're going for. So I've screwed that one down, pushed that one down onto a level, so that's nice and level. Ignore the actual bubble, we're not actually using that. It's more of a sense of, well, I'll show you. So you get that off, get that on, make sure that's nice and snug. Get that one on, seat it on, push it down, make sure everything's pushed nice and tight. Obviously it's better when you've got both hands, you're not recording. And then I'll do a pencil mark around that, cut that out, and then I'll gland them together with the lock ring. Now that's marked, looks about right. Obviously you can see there, if I drilled it there, it would have been a bit back, so it would have been bending. Probably wouldn't have made that much of a difference, but it's going to make it look a lot better. And obviously we've got the 20mm arm meg hole saw set. Just gonna drill that through, get that glanded. Nice and easy. And then I'll just deburr that with my Unilite knife, and I'll multi-tool a bit of those out the way, just so they're not catching on anything. You can get them fancy deburring tools. Don't even think I spoke English then, but a standing knife does exactly the same thing, as long as you get a nice sharp blade in it. Obviously this really don't really matter too much, because I'm putting one of them bushes and lock rings in, but it just makes it a little bit better. And I sound absolutely lovely, so probably the majority of you have already clicked off this video. But if you haven't, don't forget to like and subscribe, because we're nearly at 30,000 subscribers at this current moment of filming. I think we're on 28, nearly 29. Now let's get rid of those little things. So I'll just run my multi-tool all the way down. Easy as that. Now we're left with a nice clean surface. Obviously once I've run my knife around it, for the lock ring to bite nice and tight, that goes on there, and that'll just tighten up like so. And then we've got the CK bush spanner just to nip them up. So that literally you push it in, grips onto it, and you tighten it up like so. So it's a really handy little tool. Any of you apprentices or anyone else out there who hasn't seen that, bush wrench actually it's called, by CK. So that's a good little tool. Get that on. Obviously it's a bit faffy to start with, getting used to it. I rarely use it, to be fair, because I don't do that type of work. I'm not really a commercial spark. But yeah, just nip that up nice and tight, and that ain't going anywhere now. So now I can mark that on the wall nice and level as a whole, like the two. Do the middle knockout, bring the armoured in, and then pass a bit of normal 2.5 through. Let's have a look at this whisker kit. So you've got the two new glands. Very similar to the storm glands. Obviously the main advantage of these is you require no shroud. So yeah, still got to put it on first though, so don't forget. And then let's open up the whisker box. So it's a nice little set, to be fair. It comes with the two glands. They're not actually pierced in the box, they're just screwed in a couple of turns so they stay there. So you've got two of those. And then in the whisker box, it comes with some fly leads, the normal connections and stuff like that. We're not actually using the whisker box today. And then it comes with these. So these are the new style of like lock ring prawn and up type things. So if I can actually grab it, you pinch that and obviously it expands, and it'll go over the gland in there, and then you let go and it'll contract, and then it'll stay nice and tight to obviously carry the earth earthing. Oh, poorly. The earthing on the outer sheathing on the armoured, so the steel wire armoureds, earthing that into the main earth inside the cable. So, and then it comes with the little screws, the right bolts, and you just put them straight through those little holes there, which is really nice. Obviously, you pay the price for these. Don't get me wrong, they're probably a little bit on the pricey side, but at the end of the day, you're left with a nice finish of the glands and everything in one little kit. So you could just keep 5 of these in the van, and then you know you've got whisker, you know you've got your earth links, you know you've got your bolts, you know you've got your nuts, you know you've got everything. You don't get to the end and think, oh, I've used my last nut, damn it. Do you know what I mean? And then you go to the shop anyway. All we're going to be needing for this side is just obviously a bit of 2.5, the armoured cable, and this here, and the armoured slice, and a bit of heat shrink. God, the list gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So let's get this, the gland side bit, over the cable, and then glanded into there. And here you join me in the back of the van. That sounds strange, but so that's the gland side. Obviously we don't need that. This side, same as your normal shroud as such. Oh, I probably need to unscrew it, that might help just a bit. And then that just goes straight over like so. Obviously don't go all the way. And then that bit pushes through. They are, I've done fitted one of these before, they are very tight to get on, but that's just because obviously it's a IP68 gland, so fully waterproof, obviously can go underwater as such. So it's going to be a tight fit. So we've got the prowler nut, or did have a prowler nut until I threw it on the floor, and the bottom bit or the top bit of the gland. So obviously going to gland these together and then gland the armoured into that, making sure the sheathings bite and earthing it all. So I'll screw this on there, and then we're pretty much ready to get it all mounted on the wall. So I'll nip these up with grips. Just realised I put the gland in, but then obviously I can't get my level across all the way at the bottom. So let's unscrew that and let's level it up, mark it up, and then put this in once I've drilled and plugged the wall. You can see the marksman, 4 green holes, 8, sorry, I can't count. Oh God, I should just go in already. Got the 5.5 bit, got the red plugs, got some screws, get this all mounted. That's that all mounted. All nice and level. Guess which guy left the camera recording for 16 minutes whilst we were chatting to the customer, and it died. That was me. So yeah, what an idiot. But that's all glanded in. Really nice gland. I've cleated it all the way along. Really nice. I've got to whip them up a little bit. A few of them I've left them sagging a bit, like a little bit loose around by the drain pipe. So I'm going to, at the end, I've got to pull it through there. Once I've pulled it through and put the first clip in the garage, so it's nice and tight in the garage, then I'll come back here and tighten these ones up, just so it's nice and tight all the way down the wall. But generically, looking at that, that's just nice. Obviously, when you're clipping armoureds, the only thing I'd say is, or clipping any cables, just get the same spacings all the way along. So I've gone from like start on the edge of the brick, and then near the end, edge, 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 edge. So all the way, pretty much just 2 every brick. No, 1 every 2 bricks. And then here, obviously you've got the 2.5 link in between, 2.5 armoured. Gonna get back to terminating that at the later stage. I will silicone all the way around the edges. I've siliconed around the joins here, just because obviously I don't really know if you can get, it's probably not even needed, but I'd rather just put some extra IP rating from silicone. So yeah, pretty much we're all the way into the garage now. So clipped all the way along, all nice and neat. I did do a bit of DIY gardening as well. I always think it's worth the 5 minutes just spending ripping out all the little weeds that are sticking up on your new cable. So it's just when the customer comes home, obviously the customer's going to redo all this bit anyway, but so when the customer comes home, they can see if you've taken the time. Obviously I've not cleaned up yet or brushed up, but you've taken the time to pull all the little weeds out the way. So it's nice, and obviously wipe down the cable at the end or give it a hose pipe. So now I'm at the stage of here, I'm going to go over that earth cable, come up a bit I think, and then go through around here, straight run there, just the last little bit and up. Obviously I bought a bit of extra because you'd rather have a bit of excess than not have any. And that's it. So we're through into the garage. Obviously it's coiled up ready. I've put the first few cleats in, siliconed up this side, peeled a bit of the sealant out and managed to go through. And then here, there was just some nails, literally clipping that on. So I pulled all the nails out, lifted this back and sealed it up. And then I've screwed this all the way back down. So this is just a guard, obviously to stop water ingress a bit on the garage door, get a bit of a seal. So I've fixed that back, if anything better, because before they just used like white tacks. So Yeah, that's better. Nice swooping bend down just to go below the gas pipe rather than going straight behind it as such. From here, just going to clip it nice and neat all the way low level, which is better, out of the way, straight up the wall, all the way to the fuse box up there. Ignore all those cables, they're nothing to do with me, they are the alarm cables. A bit further, use the heat gun with a little adapter on it and heat shrinked up, obviously black as earth, blue as, grey as a blue, can't speak. I'm getting worse. I feel like death now, not like dog poo, I feel like death. So got the earth in for the armour in, so obviously that's all going to be connected in the free. So yeah, let's connect this up, put some silicone over these where the entry points are for the screw holes, and let's seal all the way around the edges, and then let's get out of this wet. It's not like raining, it's just a bit dull, damp, feel like rubbish. And yeah, and that's it, that's a wrap. That is, I'd love to say that's the only thing I'm doing today, but I did a first fix on an extension and the plumbers have been today on that, and the boiler, they moved the boiler, and apparently one of my cables is now in the way. So even though I want to go home and actually get into bed and yeah, chill out, I can't. I've got to go and do another job and then go and look at another job. So I'm going to be out quite a while, but this job is all done. All clipped, nice and neat, just need to tidy up. Obviously I was going to do that last. Using the new blower as well, blow a load of this once I've swept the majority of it up, but overall finish, nice. I did debate putting a clip at the bottom, but it would be too much of a tight bend. What we've done is sealed all the way around the edges. Obviously the top and the two sides is pointless doing the bottom because gravity. But yeah, overall left with a really nice finish. These sockets are alright, to be fair. It's not actually that wet, it's just I've wiped everything with a wipe to get the excess silicone off. So really nice, obviously all tested, all jobs are good and wired into the new Verso board. Turns out that was me just being a donut. You have to like push the lid first, then push them, just because they're not the normal ones that fit, but hey ho. Right, I'm going to leave that there because I feel like dog poo, and yeah. Right, catch you next one. Thanks for watching, bye.